Being gay, lesbian, trans, it's not cool anymore and it's not profitable.
Did you all see this new federal data that just came out? Because apparently the number of young adults identifying as LGBTQ has actually dropped since its peak a few years ago. Check this out. According to an analysis of the CDC survey data, back in 2022, about 20% of Americans ages 18 to 24 said that they identified as lesbian, gay, or bisexual, which is an insane number. But now by 2025, that number dropped by just over 15%. That's about a 21% decline in just 3 years. And the biggest change seems to be among young women identifying as bisexual. And that number had climbed pretty fast for years. And now it started to fall again. The data comes from the CDC's behavioral risk factor surveillance system. And what this does, it basically surveys hundreds of thousands of Americans every year. So the data set is a freaking pretty large one. Researchers are saying that these trends that are like this usually show up first among young adults and could reflect a broader cultural shift that's happening over time. But right now, the big question is whether this is just a temporary change or is it the start of a longer trend? Now, I'm curious what you think. Do you think this is just a cycle or do you think something bigger is going on? Let me know in the comment section.
Definitely something bigger going on. The reason why I say that is this: being gay, lesbian, trans, it's not cool anymore and it's not profitable. Every time we look at a situation, every time we look at change, every time we look at wars, every time we look at anything, first thing you need to do is follow the money. What's happening now within the trans community? The funding is getting cut, right? They can't go and get treatment. They can't get the government to pay for these surgeries and pay for the transition. So what happens? The numbers drop, right? The LGBTQ community is not getting separate funding just for them to do whatever they want. The money's going to drop. So when the money drops, and now if you want to live that lifestyle, that's okay. That's what you want to do, but you have to pay for it. See, what was happening for quite a long time is this community was getting money from the federal government to do whatever they want to do. I always believed in this. And this is why I'm a Republican. This is why I'm conservative. I don't have a problem if you're part of this community, if you pay for it. I have a problem with the community if you're taking my money to transition yourself, to continue to put out an agenda to target our kids and put pressure on big companies to show more and more and more because you're using my money. If you want to be gay, if you want to be lesbian, if you want to be trans, that's okay. Use your money. So even you starting to see this even in the medical realm, right? NYU, big time of a hospital in New York,